Let me start by once more passing my condolences to the family of my late friend Paul Otula. Losing a breadwinner, a head of the family, more so through a sudden death, something that was not anticipated, is a very, very sad situation. And we join the family in prayer during this difficult time to weather the storm. And we believe God the Almighty will see you through. Now, I've known Paul Otula since 1990, when I was doing my first year at Kenyatta University. And Otula had left Kenyatta University already. But having been a basketballer, and himself also having been a basketballer, we had a friendly match between Kenyatta University Pirates and the ex-Pirates. So Otula came to play for the ex-Pirates, and I was playing for Kenyatta University Pirates, where I was a student, a first-year student then. So we warmed up, but now when the game was about to start, the referee called the first five for both teams. I saw Otula in the court, but I thought he was the coach. I looked at his size, I thought he was the coach of the other team. I did not know that he was also going to play. So I told the referee, let the coach get out first so that the game can start. Then my captain, one Dick Javichre, told me, Eliud, that is a player and you are the one marking him. So I told my captain that it is okay, but before the game starts, it is important to mention to you that today I have not been feeling very well since morning. So that's my history with Otula. Later on, when he joined Maseno as the principal, I kept close touch with him because I'm a Maseno old boy myself. And I was worried about the deteriorating standards, academic performance of the school. So I kept close touch with him just to monitor the progress of the school, and we kept on consulting each other depending on unfolding events from time to time. Much later, now in 2019, again fate brought us together. During Corona, I'm avid sports enthusiast. I love sports. So during Corona, most of our sports personalities were suffering because they lost livelihood. So I was supporting a lot of sports teams. Gor Mahia, AFC Leopards. I saw the chairman, my friend Dan Shikanda here. I think Dan can remember that. And several sports clubs. So one of the most celebrated basketballers Kenya has ever produced, by the name Ronnie Owino, reached out to me and asked me why I was supporting soccer clubs, a game I've never played, yet I'm not supporting basketball clubs, which was my game and my passion. So I reached out to Otula again in 2019 and asked him what we could do for our basketballers during that difficult time. We came together. We got some little subsistence money for our basketballers, the men's team and the ladies' team. Subsequent to that, again, I worked with him very closely to support our national teams whenever they were participating in international games. He was a very shy fellow, by the way. Those who don't know, Otula, despite his size, was a very shy fellow. And even if he needed something from you, he will not ask you for it directly. He would send one of the officials to do it. So more often than not, he would send the Basketball Federation Secretary, Angela, here. Please tell Eliud to get us some sports kits, some training kit, some support for the teams, and so on and so forth. So we did that, and we got so close. Much later now, in the past 2 years, we have organized a lot of basketball tournaments, working closely with Otula as the chairman of KBF, and Orero here, and Angela and the entire basketball executive through a foundation which I run, the Eliud Owalo Foundation. So I would say that in my life, this basketball fraternity is part and parcel of me through the leadership of Otula. Now, in terms of the death, it was difficult to fathom because I used to communicate with Otula every Friday. He would send me the fixtures of basketball for that weekend. But that weekend, that Friday, he did not send me the fixtures. I didn't know there was anything amiss. Then that weekend in the evening, I just saw something on social media posted by somebody that Paul Otula is no more. But as you know, social media is social media. I could not believe it. So I called Angela. And when she came on phone, she was weeping and she told me, we have just arrived at the Lee Funeral Home. So I rushed there. I didn't have anybody around me, but I drove myself there. Then I met Angela plus these basketballers plus the family. It was a very difficult moment because this is somebody who was not sick, and this is somebody whom you do not anticipate to die. It was a very, very difficult moment for me. I want to remember Otula because of his character traits. One, he is somebody who had a passion for results. Whenever he set his eyes on anything, he made sure he delivered. Yet, despite excellence in performance, he always remained humble, despite the feats he realized. That is a virtue that we should emulate. Humility, that is one virtue we should remember Paul Otula for. The other virtue we should remember Otula for is integrity. Otula was a man of great integrity. The third virtue or value we can remember Otula for is passion for results. He always believed in getting results. If I'm to summarize Otula's life in one sentence, I would say Paul Otula is perhaps one of the most impactful Kenyans I've witnessed during my lifetime. Fare thee well, Paul, till we meet again, and may the Almighty God rest your soul in eternal peace.